Hello students, according to my time, very good night to all of you, and once again welcome to new lecture from Work Energy Power chapter. Welcome to your channel TKG Physics classes. So all of you know we already completed 5 lectures related to work energy power. We completed work, we completed energy, kinetic energy, expression of kinetic energy, work energy theorem, proof of work energy theorem when a constant and variable force act on a body. Then we will prove the relation of kinetic energy and momentum. We'll prove that the potential energy, expression of potential energy, classification of potential energy, elastic potential energy, gravitational potential energy. We explain conservative force, non-conservative force, what is the relation of potential energy with conservative force, etc. If you want to learn these types of concept, you go back to the search button, you search it, work energy power by TKG physics classes, and you can go to the channel. There is a separate playlist for every chapter. You go to the playlist of chapter, there is work energy and power. All the lectures are given. So this is another lecture, and in this lecture we will discuss an important point that is named as collision. Mainly this lecture is all about these types of collision. There is the elastic collision. I think there is 2 or 3 lectures related to collision. Then we will complete this chapter, that is work energy power. So today lecture is all about elastic collision. So before going to elastic collision, at first you have to know the classification of collision. What is the meaning of collision? So write it, open your copy and write. At first you have to say, what is collision? Tell me, what is collision? I think all of you know the meaning of collision, that is when two bodies are physically collide. But in physics, collision, that means not necessary of two bodies must be collide. The collision, that means you write the definition. A collision said to be occurs if they physically collide against each other, that means there is a physical collision between two bodies, okay, or if the path of one is affected by the force exerted by other. Suppose this body is placed here, one body is placed here, and this body is going to here. So this body applying a force with this body. So this is another, you can say this is a collision. Mainly collision is very important, student. Listen carefully. Collision, all types of collision is based on the principle, that is momentum is concept. During collision momentum concept, before collision momentum concept, after collision momentum concept. Always in all types of collision momentum is concept. So this point is important, student. Write it. You see this one. In every collision momentum is concept, that is momentum before collision, momentum during collision, momentum after collision. In any time all momentum is concept. So now we will discuss the types of collision. You see written the types of collision. There are mainly 6 types of collision. First one, that is the elastic collision. What is the meaning of elastic collision? Elastic collision definition, that is if there is net, you see, no net loss in kinetic energy. In a collision, if there is no net loss in kinetic energy, then this types of collision is known as the elastic collision. You must have to say this word, that is net. If you say no loss in kinetic energy, this statement is not correct always. Net loss in kinetic energy, that means kinetic energy before the collision you can write is exactly equal to kinetic energy after the collision, but during collision there is some energy, kinetic energy is converted into form of, you can say, heat energy. During collision the two bodies deform, some part of two bodies deform, and during this deformation there is heat generated. So some energy is converted like heat energy, sound energy, like that. So you must have to say that this one, no net loss in kinetic energy. Kinetic energy before collision is equal to kinetic energy after collision. Now what is the example? You see written here, collision between two subatomic particles, collision between two glass balls, all types of collisions are example of elastic collision. Now write the properties of elastic collision. First one, I say that in every collision momentum is concept. So first one, that is the momentum is concept. Second one, that is you can write initial kinetic energy is equal to final kinetic energy. Third one, you write the total energy is concept. Now fourth one, write fourth one, that is the force involved during these types of collision are mainly conservative. So this is the fourth one. Okay. Now second one, you see inelastic collision. Inelastic collision, that means a loss of kinetic energy. There is a loss of kinetic energy, and elastic collision, that is just opposite. An example of this one, that the collision between two vehicles, collision between a ball and a floor, etc. And in same way, there are also four types of collision. You can write perfectly elastic collision. What is perfectly elastic collision? So perfect, you see, if two bodies stick together after the collision and moves as a single body, after the collision two bodies stick together and move as a single body with a common velocity, then these types of collision is known as perfectly inelastic collision. And you know the meaning of elastic collision, that means there is a loss of kinetic energy. So a collision is said to be perfectly inelastic. That means in perfectly inelastic collision, the loss of kinetic energy, that is the maximum. Okay, you can see this is the example: a bullet fired into a wooden block and the remaining unburdened into it, etc. Okay, now super elastic. Super elastic means there is an increase in kinetic energy. A collision is said to be super elastic if there is an increase in kinetic energy. Kinetic energy increases. You see the example. Now this one, fifth one, there is a head-on or one-dimensional collision. Head-on collision, that means you see the when the colliding bodies moves along the same straight path before and after the collision. After the collision and before the collision, if two bodies move along the same path, then these types of collision is known as head-on collision. And if there is a two-dimensional oblique collision, you see the definition: if two bodies do not move along the same straight line but lie in the same plane before and after the collision, then this is known as two-dimensional collision or oblique collision. So one-dimensional collision, that means you can write this one. This is a one-dimensional collision. Two bodies moving like this way, same path, straight line, and after the collision, suppose there is a during collision case, and after the collision two bodies goes like this way, the path is same. So this is one-dimensional collision. And two-dimensional collision, that means you can write, suppose this one, okay, remove this one, suppose this body is moving along this way and this body is moving along this way, striking along this way. So this body is placed with this plane, and after the collision the body will lie in the same plane. That means when there is an angle, when a body is making some angle with another body, collide with another body, in these types of collision you can write that is the two-dimensional collision. So this is all about the classification of collision, but the important thing is that I told already that in every types of collision the linear momentum is conserved. Okay, prove it. So give the heading. We will prove in every types of collision the linear momentum is conserved, this part. Okay, so our next point, that is linear momentum is conserved. We will prove this one for every collision. Okay, suppose two body is moving, suppose body A moving with velocity u1 and this body B moving with velocity u2, this body mass m1 and this body mass m2. During collision A and B, during collision what happens? The body A exert force on body B, that is named as FBA, force on B by A. Similarly, the body B exert force on body A, that is named as FAB, force on A by B. You write here force on B by A, and this one force on A by B. Now you can say the change in momentum when the force applied on body B with respect to A, what will be the change of momentum for body B, right? The change of momentum, that is del PB for body B, will be the force into time interval. You know the expression of momentum, F into del T, that is equal to impulse, and impulse, that means the change in momentum. We already completed this part. So change in momentum, that is del P, and this is one for body B, that is equal to force. Which one? This one or this one? Obviously for B, that means the force on B, this one, that is force FBA, and time interval. Suppose during time that is taken, that is del T. Del T is the time interval during collision. So you write here del T. Suppose this is our equation 1. And similarly you can write the change in momentum for body B, A, right? Change in momentum for body A, what will be the expression? Del PA, that is equal to change in momentum for body A, so the force must be force on A, that is FAB. So that is FAB multiple of time interval. Now according to Newton's third law of motion, you can write according to Newton's third law of motion, what you can write? That is FAB is exactly equal to FBA. Now just multiply del T both sides. That is FAB into del T is equal to minus of FBA into del T. Now FAB into del T, this one, that is del PA, that is equal to minus this one, that means del PB. Okay, so del PA plus of del PB is equal to 0. That is, you can write del PA plus of PB is equal to 0. So you can say PA plus of PB is equal to constant. The change in momentum for A plus B is equal to 0. When change is equal to 0, suppose when change is equal to 0, you can write na change in momentum 0, that means the summation of momentum is constant. So you can say this one in another way also. You see, during collision there is no external force applied. Force A applied on body B and B applied force on A. That is all about this force is internal force. And you know, when no external force applied, we'll prove this part according to Newton's second law also. When no external force applied, del P by del T, that is equal to 0. So when del P by del T is equal to 0, you can write P is equal to constant. That is, momentum is equal to constant. So in every types of collision, the linear momentum is concept. Okay. Now we will discuss elastic collision. Okay. Give the heading elastic collision. In elastic collision, so what is the definition of elastic collision? Elastic collision, that means no loss of net kinetic energy. Kinetic energy before collision is equal to kinetic energy after collision. Okay. Suppose this body A, right, mass m1 moving with velocity u1. This body is B, mass m2 moving with velocity u2. Okay. This is a during collision case. During collision, body A, body B, and after collision, body A moving with velocity v1, and after collision, body B moving with velocity v2. Okay, this one is v1 and body B moving with velocity v2, that is after collision velocity changes. So write here u1 initial velocity of body A, u2 initial velocity of body B, m1 mass of body A, m2 mass of body B, v1 is the final velocity after the collision. This is the initial velocity before the collision. So write u1 is the final velocity after collision, and v2 you can write final velocity after collision. This one is for body A and this one is for body B. You can write this one is velocity before collision. Okay, right, before collision, write it here, before collision. Okay, now you see all types of collision is based on the concept that is kinetic energy, and in case of elastic collision we know that linear momentum concept. So we will apply this conservation law, and we will apply the concept that is the before collision kinetic momentum is equal to after collision kinetic momentum. Okay, apply it. So first of all you apply according to conservation law of linear momentum. According to conservation law of linear momentum, what you can write? Linear momentum, that is momentum before collision is exactly equal to momentum after collision. Okay, now you just use the formula. Momentum before collision, this body mass m1 moving with velocity v1, so momentum that is m1 v1. This body mass m2 moving with velocity u2, that is momentum, that means momentum m2 into u2. So before collision momentum you write m1 u1 plus m2 u2, and you know now this concept, when this collision occurs, when u1 will be greater than u2, when this velocity is more than this one, in that condition the collision occurs. So this is the before collision, this is the during collision, this is the after collision. So before collision linear momentum m1 u1 plus m2 u2. And what about after collision? You see after collision the velocity body A is changes, that is v1, and velocity of body B, that is v2. So after collision momentum, that is m1 v1 plus of m2 v2. Okay, you take this one, that is m1 u1 minus m1 v1 is equal to m2 v2 minus of m2 u2. Take a common, that is m1 common, u1 minus of v1, and m2, that is v2 minus of u2. Okay, suppose this is our equation number 1. Now we will apply, and there is the conservation law of kinetic energy, or you can say that, you know, this case, in case of elastic collision, kinetic energy before collision is equal to kinetic energy after collision. Write it. Now second condition, kinetic energy before collision is equal to kinetic energy after collision. So what about kinetic energy before collision? Mass m1 u1, so this body have kinetic energy m1 u1 square plus this body have half m2 u2 square, that is equal to kinetic energy after collision, half m1 v1 square plus of half m2 v2 square. Now you simplify, half all cancel out, that is, now you just take 1 left hand side and 2 right hand side. That is m1 u1 square, this one. So this one will be minus m1 v1 square, that is equal to here m2 v2 square minus this one, that is m2 u2 square. Take a common m1, that is u1 square minus v1 square, and here m2 common, v2 square minus of u2 square. Now m1 a square minus of b square, that is u1 plus v1, that is u1 minus v1, and here m2, this one will be v2 minus u2, v2 plus of u2. Suppose this is our equation number 2. Okay, now if I divide equation 2 by equation 1, we will get an important theory. Divide it. Okay, so now divide equation 2 by equation 1. Right? Dividing equation 2 by equation 1. Equation 2, that is m1 u1 plus v1 and u1 minus v1, and there is m2 v2 minus of u2 and v2 plus of u2, and equation 1, this one m1 u1 minus v1, m1 u1 minus v1. Okay, and here you see this one m2 v2 minus u2, m2 v2 minus u2. Interesting thing is that you see m1 cancel out, u1 minus v1 cancel out, m2 cancel out, v2 minus u2 cancel out. So the remaining part here, that is u1 plus v1, and here v2 plus of u2. Okay, you give this one u1 and take u2 here minus of u2, and you write this one v2 minus of v1. Now question arises, what is this? You see u1 minus of u2, u1 minus of u2, you can write it here, relative velocity of 1 with respect to 2. You know relative velocity concept, we already completed this part. So this one is relative velocity of 1 with respect to 2 before the collision, because this one is the before collision, is exactly equal to relative velocity of 2 with respect to 1 after the collision. So this is named as relative velocity of approach is equal to relative velocity of separation. This is the theory. So sometimes question given in exam paper, that is you prove in case of elastic collision, relative velocity of approach is equal to relative velocity of separation. So this is our proof. Now with the help of this equation, we will derive the expression of v1 and v2. What will be the expression of v1, that is after collision velocity of body A, and what is the expression of v2, that is the after collision velocity of body B? Okay, derive it. So we will derive now, that is expression of v1 and v2. How? You check it. So from this equation, what will be the expression of v2? Write it. So from equation 3, you can write v2 equal to, you see, u1 minus u2 and v1 here, that is u1 minus u2 plus of v1. Suppose this is our equation number 4. Now you see this equation, m1 u1 plus m2 u2, that is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. In the place of v2, we will use this formula. Okay, and we will solve. Then we will get the expression of v2. So at first you write this equation, that is m1 u1 plus m2 u2, that is equal to m1 v1 plus m2. In the place of v2, we will use here, that is u1 minus u2 plus of v1. Now simplify. Okay, simplify it. That is, you see here m1 u1 plus this one, that is m2 u2, this one is m1 v1 this one is m2 u1 minus of m2 u2 plus of m1 v1, sorry, m2 v1. Now again simplify. Okay, m1 u1 plus m2 u2, you take this one here, there is minus, okay, you take here this one, that is minus m2 u1, this one, when this one will be left hand side, this one will be plus m2 u2, and right hand side will be, you see, m1 v1 plus m2 v1, so take v1 common, this one will be m1 plus m2. Now you see here, you take a common, okay, from this equation you take a common, that is u1, that is u1, that is equal to m1 minus of m2 minus of m2, and here m2 u2, m2 u2, that is 2 m2 u2, and here this one is v1 is equal to m1 plus of m2. So you can easily find out the expression of v1 from this equation. What will be the expression? You see, v1 is equal to, that is, you take m1 plus m2 left hand side, that is here m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m2 with multiple of u1 plus here 2 m2, that is m1 divided by m2, and there is u2. Okay, so this is the expression of velocity of body A after the collision. Is important, student. We will check some special cases using this expression. Now question arises, what will be the expression of v2? In same method, here at first you find v1, then in this expression, in the place of v1 you just use this formula, then you will get the expression of v2. And in another way you can say, if I interchange 1 in the place of 1 2 and in the place of 2 1, then we will get the expression of v2. You check it. Okay, so by interchanging 1 2 and 2 to 1, v2 will be, you see, v2 will be same thing, m1, so here this one will be m2 minus m2, this one write m1 divided by m1, that is m2 plus m1, so this one is remains same, m1 plus m2. There is u1, so you write it u2, there is 2m1, you write 2, not sorry, there is 2m2, so this one will be m1 divided by, there is m1 plus m2, so this one will be same, that is m2 plus m1, that is m1 plus m2, and there is u2, so here you write u1. You check, then you see, you will get this expression. This is the expression of v2. Okay, so v1 and v2 is the velocity of body A and B after the collision. Now we will check some special condition. What happens when two bodies of equal masses? Write it. Special case 1. First case, that is when two bodies of equal masses, that is m1 m2 is equal to m. Write it. You see, when two bodies of equal masses, that is m1 is m2 is equal to m, you just use this concept from this equation, then you will find out the expression of v1. Okay, so what will be the expression of v1? You see, m1, that is m, m2, that is m, so m minus m cancel out, so 0 multiple of u1, that is 0. Okay, so v1 will be, you see, 2m2, that is 2m divided by m plus m, because m1 plus m2 both are same, so this one will be 2m and there is u2. So the expression of v1 exactly will be v1 equal to u2. Now you find v2. Okay, find it. v2 is equal to, you see, m minus m, so this one is 0, so this first part will be 0, and use second part, 2m divided by m plus m, that is 2m by 2m with u1, 2m by 2m with u1, so this one will be, you see, u1, This concept is very important, students. That is V2 is equal to U1 and here V1 is equal to U2. You see, when both the masses are equal, the velocity, you see, the final velocity of body B is exactly equal to the velocity of body A before the collision. The velocity of body B after the collision is equal to the velocity of body A before the collision. In same way, the velocity of body A after the collision is exactly equal to the velocity of body B before the collision. Short question. When this condition arises? When both the masses m1 and m2 are equal. Okay. Now case 2. In case 2, suppose both the masses equal, right? Both the masses equal, m2 equal to m1, that is equal to m, and you write the body, that is second body, is under rest, that is m2 under rest. So you can write u2 is equal to 0. This body is under rest. Now you check what will be the expression of v1 and v2. Write it. So v1 equal to, you see, m1 m2 is equal to m. So the first part is cancel out, m minus m 0. Now in second part, you see the expression is 2m divided by m plus m, that is 2m by 2m, and there is u2. And in second condition, we consider that the second body is under rest, so the expression of v1 will be 0. And what will be the expression of v2? You see this value, m minus m, so this part is cancel out. Also you can say u2 is 0, so this part is cancel out, but v2 will be 2m divided by m plus m, that is 2m by 2m with u1, so 2m cancel out, that is u1. So v1 will be u1. Same expression, you see, v2 will be u1, v2 will be u1, but here v1 will be 0. When happens this condition? When the second body is under rest. You see, when second body is under rest before the collision, and after the collision the first body will be rest. Okay, so this is our case number 2. Now write case number 3. Case 3, that is, suppose m1 is lighter, m2 is heavier, m1 is greater than, okay, at first you write m2 is greater than m1, m2 is greater than m1, that is a lighter body strike a heavier body, and this heavier body you just consider at under rest, and so u2 is equal to 0. So now you see v1 is equal to m1 minus m2. Here m2 is more than greater m1, so m1 neglected, that is minus m2 u1 divided by, you see, m1 neglected, that is plus m2 u1. So write v1 is equal to minus m2 u1 divided by plus m2. So minus m2 plus m2 cancel out, m2 cancel out, that is expression is minus u1. What about u2? Here u2 is 0 because the heavier body is under rest condition according to case 3. Now what will be the expression of v2 here? You see, u2 0, so the first expression is easily 0. Now there is 2 m1, but here m1 is the lighter body, so you can neglect this mass with respect to this one, because in the lower part there is m1 plus m2. Here m1 is greater m1, sorry, m2 is greater m1, so this part will be also tends to equal to 0, so you can write v2 is equal to 0. So v1 is equal to u1, v1 is equal to u1, and v2 is equal to 0. This condition happens when a lighter body strike a heavier body. Now just reverse one, case number 4. You just see, when m1 is greater m2, when m1 is greater m2, that is when a heavier body strikes a lighter body, and suppose u2 is equal to 0, this lighter body is under rest condition. Now check, that is what about v1? Check it, v1 equal to, you see, here u2 is 0, so this part is 0, and here you have to see this m1 greater m2, so m1, this part is neglected, m1 u1, here m1, so m1 u1 divided by m1, m1 1 cancel out, that is v1 equal to u1. And what about v2? You see, this part is cancel out. There is 2m1 divided by, here you have to consider m1 only, 2m1 by m1 into u1. So write 2m1 u1 divided by m1. m1 cancel out, so v2 is equal to 2 u1. So the velocity of body B will be twice of velocity of body A after the collision, and the velocity of body A before the collision exactly equal to the velocity of body A before the collision. You have to remember the condition. When these types of condition happens, when a heavier body strikes a lighter body, and the lighter body is under rest condition. So this is the 4 cases. Okay, so this is all about elastic collision. So what we learn from this class? Basically we discuss about the collision, meaning of collision, the types of collision. Then we learn that in case of every collision there is a conservation law. All momentum is conserved in every types of collision. I will prove this part. Then we will explain this one, the elastic collision. At first we prove the relative velocity of separation is exactly equal to relative velocity of approach. Then we explain, derive this expression v1 and v2. There is the velocity after the collision for body A and body B. And with the help of these two expression, velocity expression, we find out 4 cases. I think this part is clear to all of you. So students, today I am ending here. Meet you soon next class. Till then, bye bye. Continue your study.